Hello, my favorite English language learners. It is your favorite English teacher here, Amy Joy. And a while back, my subscriber Amelia asked me, I would like to know more about party culture in America. Like, I know there is a housewarming party when moving into a new house. Could you please share different types of parties in the US? And it would be my pleasure. And as I was thinking about this video, I was so surprised because I counted over 20 different types of parties and celebrations we have in the US. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 20 different parties and celebrations we have in America, along with cultural norms and customs. So if you are ever invited to one of these celebrations, you know exactly what to expect. But before we begin, I just want to remind you that I am currently working on an ebook and it is almost done. This book will have 75 advanced C1, C2 level vocabulary words with lots of practice activities so you can turn your receptive vocabulary or words that you just understand into your productive vocabulary or words that you can use. So if you are an intermediate or advanced English language learner, or you are preparing for the TOEFL or IELTS exam, and you want to level up your vocabulary and sound a little bit smarter in English, then this is the book for you. So sign up for my email list linked below to be the first to find out when it launches. I am so excited to share it with you, and I hope you are too. Okay, let's talk about American parties. In the United States, many celebrations are related to milestones. A milestone is a noun, and it refers to a special moment in a person's life that closes one chapter and opens another. Now, I'm sure this is the same in a lot of different countries, but since many of our celebrations are related to milestones, I think it makes the most sense to go through these chronologically. So in this video, we are going to follow the life of a girl named Sarah, and we are going to see all the different celebrations that she attends throughout her life. Now, before Sarah was even born, her mom had a baby shower, and that is party number one. A baby shower is a party for a pregnant woman to celebrate her becoming a mom and also support her with some baby supplies. Now, I'm actually not sure why we call it a shower. Maybe because we are showering her with love, or maybe showering her with gifts. I'm not exactly sure why, but we do call it a baby shower. Typically, baby showers are women only, and they usually only celebrate the mom. But since now in the United States, things are a little bit more equal between men and women, and men are expected to participate in parenting, sometimes men are now included, and couples will have joint baby showers where both men and women are invited and celebrated. Now, if you are invited to a baby shower, it is customary for guests to bring gifts from the couple's registry. So the couple will register at various stores and pick out baby supplies that they need. So you can choose something from this list and bring it to the party. Typical gifts on a registry include baby clothes, baby furniture, and other baby supplies. Now, like I mentioned, we call this party a baby shower, possibly because we are showering the couple with baby gifts. But after a couple already has baby supplies and they have a second baby, there's actually another word for this party, which is called a baby sprinkle. I suppose it is called this because the couple no longer needs a ton of baby items because they already have it from their first baby shower. So this term is kind of funny because instead of a full-on shower, it is more of a little sprinkle, a light shower. And it might even be a more casual party. Now, one last party related to having babies is a gender reveal party. A gender reveal party is when a couple gathers friends and families to announce whether they are having a boy or a girl. Let's move on to party number 2. As Sarah grows up, she will attend many birthday parties, of course. And if you are invited to a child's birthday in the United States, it is customary for you to bring a gift, probably a toy of some kind, and also a card. This might be a little bit different from the country you're from, but it is always customary to also give a card along with a gift and write something nice on the inside. In fact, this is so ingrained into our culture that when we are younger and we are opening up our gifts, Our parents always tell us to open the card before you open the gift, because it seems a little bit rude that you only want the toy inside and you don't really care about the nice message that someone wrote to you. So if you are ever at a child's birthday party, it might be interesting for you to notice when the child is opening gifts what the parents tell them, because they might tell them to read the card first. Then another common practice in our culture is to always write a thank you note when you receive a gift. Now, thank you notes are actually such a big part of our culture. I already have 2 videos about them. So if you're curious about how to write a thank you note, go ahead, click the link above and watch my video on how important these are in American culture. Now, Sarah has attended many birthday parties and she has grown from a little baby into a young woman. And a few big birthday parties she has celebrated include her Sweet 16. The Sweet 16 is kind of comparable to Latin countries that celebrate a quinceañera. The Sweet 16 is especially exciting for teenagers because this is also when they can drive in the US, and that is a huge deal. Then Sarah had her 18th birthday, and the 18th birthday is a big deal here because that is when you officially become an adult. And the big thing you can do at this age is vote. So now that Sarah is an adult, she is 18, she is graduating high school, and she is having a graduation party. A graduation party is just a party that celebrates when someone is graduating any grade, but usually high school and college. There's really no custom here in terms of giving a gift, but oftentimes people will buy the graduate a card and maybe put some money in it. Now, Sarah has been accepted to many colleges, but she has decided to attend a college that is in a different state. So she is going to be moving, and before she moves, she has a going away party. A going away party is just a party for when someone moves and friends and family gather together to say goodbye and send them off. So now that Sarah is in college, she is going to be attending many college parties. And there's actually a few different ones that you might not know about. The first of which is called a kickback. The word kickback is a noun, and kickbacks are pretty casual. They're usually just a small group of friends hanging out at someone's house. Kickbacks might be described as low-key, which means casual, small, and informal. And if you are hosting a kickback, you might use the phrase, "I am having a kickback. Do you want to come?" Now, while kickbacks are smaller parties, you also might attend a house party, which is a bigger celebration with more guests. Usually with house parties, you can invite your friends to come or friends of friends, and not everyone at the party will know the host. And at both kickbacks and house parties, you might even engage in pre-gaming. To pre-game is a verb, and it means to drink alcohol at home before going to a bigger party or before going out to a bar, so you don't have to spend as much money on alcohol. You might even be familiar with these famous plastic red cups. These are found at college parties everywhere, and we usually use these to pregame. And another type of college party is a tailgate party. Now, the word tailgate actually refers to the back of a truck that folds down and lets you sit on the back or put things there. So a tailgate party actually happens in the parking lot of a sporting event, and people will open their trunks or fold down their tailgates and use that as a place to pregame before the game. Now, tailgating parties usually happen before football games, but you can really have a tailgate party before any sporting event that happens in a stadium. So thinking again of Sarah, Sarah attends a tailgating party and she meets a boy named Justin. They hit it off and they fall in love, and eventually Justin proposes. So now Sarah and Justin need to plan their engagement party. An engagement party is just a party that celebrates a newly engaged couple. Again, for this party, there are really no specific customs. It is not even really expected that you bring a gift, but it can be nice to bring a bottle of wine or a bottle of champagne and a card with maybe a gift card in it or something kind of small. Now, since getting married is such a big deal in the United States, we have a lot of different parties to celebrate this milestone. And one of the most famous types of parties is the bachelor and bachelorette party. Bachelor refers to the groom or the man getting married, and bachelorette refers to the bride or the female. Now, typically these parties happen separately. The groom will do something with his guy friends and the girl will do something with her girlfriends. But recently I have seen some people do joint bachelor and bachelorette parties, especially if they have a shared group of mutual friends. They might all do something together to celebrate both the bride and the groom. Now, it's important to note that at a bachelor or bachelorette party, the guests are usually friends of the bride and groom, and they are their own age. This is important because this type of party gets a little bit more wild and crazy, maybe a little inappropriate. And so if you were to invite older or younger family members, that could be a little bit awkward. And the reason I mention this is because there is another party called a bridal shower, which is a more formal celebration for the bride, and both older and younger friends and relatives are welcome to come. Kind of like the baby shower, a bridal shower is typically for women only and only celebrates the bride. But I have seen couples lately doing couples showers, which will celebrate both the bride and groom. But if you are invited to a bridal shower, it is customary for guests to buy something off of the couple's wedding registry. Now, typical items you will see on a registry include kitchen items and home decor to help the couple as they build their new home together. So now that Sarah and Justin have had their engagement party, their bachelor and bachelorette parties, and the bridal shower, it is time for their wedding. And I actually have a whole YouTube video on American weddings where I take you to a wedding with me. So if you are interested in how Americans celebrate weddings here, click the link above and go check out that video. But now that Sarah and Justin are married, they have recently purchased their first home together. So now it is time for a housewarming party. And a housewarming party is just a party that celebrates when someone moves into a new apartment or a new home. And of course, this party will occur in the home of the person that you are celebrating. So now that Sarah and Justin have this beautiful home, they also can host great holiday parties. Of course, we have a New Year's Eve party where you will probably wear black, white, silver, and gold, or something really sparkly. And we also have Galentines Day. You might think that there is a typo here and that I mean Valentine's Day. And while that can be a party too, this is actually a different type of Valentine's Day party. This party happens on February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day, to celebrate female friendship. Now, this is actually an unofficial holiday that started with the sitcom Parks and Recreation, which happens to be my favorite show. And in this show, the main character makes up this holiday and celebrates it with all of her girlfriends. But since this is such a great idea, many women have adopted it as a day to celebrate female friendship, and they will get together with their girlfriends and just do fun things together. And number 16, you might be invited to a Halloween party. If you are, this will probably be a costume party. So it might be important to ask the host if you should dress up or wear a costume. Then, of course, we have Christmas parties. You can see right up here that these people are having an ugly sweater party. And an ugly sweater party is where every guest will show up wearing a really ugly holiday sweater. And oftentimes the person with the best or worst ugly sweater will win some kind of prize. So throughout Sarah and Justin's marriage, they have many holiday parties and they make it to Sarah's 40th birthday. And a common phrase that we say related to this birthday is that someone is over the hill. Now, I think this phrase is really morbid or kind of sad because in this analogy, the hill is life and you are now halfway over the hill. So you are entering the second half of your life. But this is a common saying and the 40th birthday is a big deal in the United States. I'm not really sure if this birthday is a big deal in other countries, so let me know in the comments what ages are big milestones in your country. So Sarah is now over the hill and even more time goes by, and as she approaches about 65, she decides to retire from her job. And in order to celebrate this milestone, she has a retirement party. And a retirement party is a party with your colleagues from work to celebrate when you retire or when you stop working. So here you can see Sarah and Justin planning all the fun things they are going to do now that Sarah is retired. So during their retirement, Sarah and Justin cross off all the items on their bucket list. And a bucket list is a list of things you want to do before you pass away. Now, after living a very full life together, Sarah and Justin pass away peacefully in their sleep together. But that leaves the rest of their family to plan the last celebration of life, their funerals. So that is party number 20. A funeral or a memorial is a gathering of friends and family to mourn someone who has passed away. And there is a small difference between these two celebrations. A funeral is where you bury someone's body, and a memorial is more like a kind of church service or just gathering in a building where people give speeches and talk about that person's life. Now, if you know someone who passes away and you are invited to their funeral or their memorial, you might notice that they use a different term, celebration of life. The words funeral and memorial can be kind of sad, and in order to make the celebration a little less sad, some people will call it a celebration of life. Now, typically at these events, we wear all black to signify mourning and to signify grief. However, again, to make it a little less sad, the people planning this might request you wear a bright color or the person's favorite color or something different just to remember them in a more positive way. Additionally, it's very customary to send flowers to the grieving family members. However, some people feel like this might be a waste of money because flowers are really expensive, and they also receive so many that it is kind of wasteful. So instead, the family might request that you donate the money to a charity that was important to the person who passed away. For example, if someone passes away because of cancer, the family might request that you donate your money to a cancer charity so that it can go to a greater cause. Okay, well, there you have it. 20 different parties and celebrations that Americans have in the United States. Let me know in the comments which of these were new for you and what kinds of parties you have in your country that I did not mention here. I would love to hear from you and learn about your culture too. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something new. If you did, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can keep improving your English with me. Bye!